Why don't we just whack him? Then, taxes. Poor people don't pay taxes, says Justin Trudeau. And conservatives cave on heritage moment over high-pressure campaign. This is the Canada Poly Report. Good evening, everybody. First of all, I didn't get to question period yesterday, but I did get to it today. And this happened at the beginning of question period. Justin Trudeau first completely ignores the question in favor of parliamentary procedure. Another politician died over the weekend, and Trudeau, instead of answering the question, pays him tribute, which is not appropriate given the context, really, question period. Anyway, I'll show you the exchange. Here it is.
The Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Families, Children and Social Development tweeted that the Premier of Ontario should be whacked, a mobster term for killing someone, which clearly the Parliamentary Secretary would have known. Why hasn't the Prime Minister called for his resignation?
Prime Minister.
I will address the member's question shortly, but first, Michael Ferguson.
So he goes through this whole thing and then sits down, like, talks about Michael Ferguson and blah, 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 blah. And there's another time for that. It's not during question period when you're asked something else. Here's her questioning again.
Honourable Opposition House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And while we all very much appreciate the Prime Minister's words, there is an opportunity for ministerial statements later on today, and I look forward to hearing the statement at that time. I think this is an issue, Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister needs to take very seriously. This Parliamentary Secretary has shown this kind of behaviour before when he had to apologise for trying to bully and intimidate a female Conservative MP, the member from Richmond Centre. The Prime Minister says he has no tolerance for this kind of behaviour. So again, why won't the Prime Minister ask for this Parliamentary Secretary's resignation?
Honourable Prime Minister.
Is well aware the member in question has apologized for his tweet. It is important that we have civil debate in this House and elsewhere when we engage in matters of public disagreements over public policy.
Opposition House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the tweet is still up.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister talks about positive politics. He talks about zero tolerance, but we have a Parliamentary Secretary who has done this before. Now, Mr. Speaker, what kind of example does the Parliamentary Secretary to Families, Children and Social Development set? And furthermore, what kind of example does the Prime Minister set by continuing to tolerate this type of behaviour from that Parliamentary
Minister.
As I said, the Parliamentary Secretary has apologized for his tweet, and I think it's really important that we all remember.
Yeah, I'm going to cut him off because it's just garbage. Absolute lies and trash. This is a junior minister who should know better. Junior Minister of Child and Family. Ha! I mean, what a laugh. Why don't we just whack him? Right? It would be parody if it wasn't actually happening. And there's no outrage from the media, no outrage from the left. This person represents children and families. I don't understand how this Prime Minister can stand by and be so weak with his own cabinet that he can't even get a junior minister to take down a tweet. What an ineffective leader. Wow. Then, today Pierre and Mr. Trudeau get into a heated exchange, and Justin Trudeau just absolutely attempts to destroy him, and in the process slips on a banana peel and his foot goes directly into his mouth. Here, watch, and then I'll watch the follow-up.
Well, isn't it funny to listen to a trust fund baby lecturing Canadians about being too rich?
That's right.
He says that people who take the bus are too rich and therefore should lose their transit tax credit. Soccer moms and hockey dads, Prime Minister says they're too rich, so he takes away their children's fitness tax credit. At the same time, he forces these same working class families to pay for his taxpayer-funded nannies. Will he put aside the hypocritical class warfare and tell us the true cost of his tax increases that he would bring in if he got re-elected?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we see proof that the Conservatives simply don't understand that low-income families don't benefit from tax breaks because they don't pay taxes. We have moved forward on investing directly in low and middle-income families with the Canada Child Benefit that'll actually directly benefit them. We have lifted hundreds of thousands.
I ask the Honourable Opposition House.
And yeah, the House is a complete disarray. The whole time the House is in disarray. But taxes. This woman asked Justin Trudeau in 2017, January of 2017, this question. And the question takes a full 3 minutes, and the first 2 minutes are worthwhile, but I am conscious of your time, dear viewer. The link is in the description if you want to watch all of it. Here is 1 minute of her question. And keep in mind that poor people don't pay taxes.
My heat and hydro now cost me more than my mortgage. I now not only work 75 hours a week, I stay and work 15 hours a day just so I don't lose my home. My hydro bill, I want to share with you. A single family home, one person who works hard with a brace up to her leg, partially paralyzed every single day. I put that brace on and I'm proud to be Canadian, but something's wrong with our system and I have faith in you and God that you're going to work hard to fix it. How do you explain to a woman how she's supposed to pay a hydro bill $1,085? And I did it. I've done it. I've done it for the last year. I lived without hydro for 5 days after paying a $680 bill. They showed up one day. I came home from work in the hottest day of our last summer to go 5 days in the heat. I have epilepsy, a disability. I called and I begged our hydro company. They wouldn't do nothing. 5 days I lived in that heat. I'm asking you, Mr. Trudeau, and here is my question today. How do you justify to a mother of 4 children, 3 grandchildren, physical disabilities, and working up to 15 hours a day, how is it justified for you to ask me to pay a carbon tax when I only have $65 left of my paycheck every 2 weeks to feed my family? I'm asking you to fix our hydro system. I'm asking you to fix Canada. I'm asking you, Mr. Trudeau, I know we need HST. I know we need taxes to fix roads. I know we are a country that welcomes people from everywhere. I'm putting my faith in God and you that you're going to make our country a place that we can prosper again, that I don't have to wake up tomorrow and worry whether I'm thriving or I'm surviving. I don't have to go to work and eat instant oatmeal for lunch and live off Campbell's soup. I make almost $50,000 a year, Mr. Trudeau, and I'm living in energy poverty. Please tell me, how are you going to fix that for me and all of us in rural Ontario?
That was a very multi-layered question, but the core of it was, I don't have any money to give. How are you raising my taxes? I understand that we need taxes, but how are you going to justify to me to raise my taxes? This question was asked 2 years ago, and this was today. We'll listen to him one more time.
Conservatives simply don't understand that low-income families don't benefit from tax breaks because they don't pay taxes. We have moved forward on investing directly.
Yeah. Sorry, ma'am. You don't pay taxes. So, and if you make $50,000, you're pretty rich. How many migrants have you welcomed into your home? Oh, sorry, wrong question. We're not quite there yet in the communist system. Justin Trudeau hasn't ticked over the the next step, the next phase. Last story today, the Conservative Party headquarters yesterday tweeted this out. We have removed all Heritage Minute branding from the video we posted over the weekend. Our intention was simply to use a recognizable and often parodied segment to highlight Justin Trudeau's many ethical breaches. We will continue to use our digital platforms to hold Liberals to account for their entitlements and abuse of taxpayer dollars. However, we did not intend to draw negative attention to Historica Canada. They do great work profiling Canadian history, and we wish to maintain our positive relationship with the organization. CPC HQ, don't negotiate with terrorists. And Historica Canada was not coming at you in good faith. In my opinion, they were using their board of directors and their ties to the Bronfman family and deep ties to Liberal bundling and Liberal fundraising to give you a hard time. There are many examples of parodies. And this is an example where I'm just disappointed, like absolutely disappointed. You weren't going to win them over, and doing this doesn't win anybody over. It just looks, it looks listless. It looks like no direction. Like, oh yeah, right, sorry, we made a mistake, we're not going to do that. Okay, next policy. Oh wait, sorry, no, we're not going to do that either. It made somebody angry. We didn't intend to make somebody angry. Just go with it, man. Like, if you're going to... It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to watch Canadian politics be this sensitive. And maybe it wasn't the Twitter tweet war. Maybe it was backroom money and all, and maybe front room money. They were Historica Canada was saying that the Conservative use of the ad was affecting their fundraising dollars, which I don't know. I can't prove one way or the other, but I'm not sure that it's the Conservative use of it, or if it's Historica Canada's CEO getting into Twitter wars with people named Ham Sandwich on Twitter. I think that would be maybe more impactful than the Conservatives using your branding, because they're a Canadian group, they're a Canadian government, right? Like, it's not like they were co-opting anything. In my opinion, if people on YouTube can use it, if the Rick Mercer report can use it, the Conservative Party of Canada can use it. Get real. And Conservative Party of Canada, you should have defended your position and told them to grow up as well. And you should have maybe called out their ties to the Liberals and the fundraising, and maybe you're not such a non-partisan society, Historica. But this just looks weak. So frustrating. Sorry I couldn't find the word there and I didn't pause it. Bah. So, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening. And check out the peoplespartyofcanada.ca. I'll do a Maxime Bernier Twitter roundup shortly. Maybe not tonight, but soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.